Hi everyone, this video will show how to connect to the Exchange Online using modern authentication, and it works with or without multi-factor authentication or MFA. I'm going to use Exchange Online PowerShell version 2 module. Probably you have seen it in Microsoft documentation abbreviated as EXO version 2. You can download this module from PowerShell Gallery, and if you go to the PowerShellGallery.com and if you scroll down, you'll see under version history the current version is 2.0.5, and you see the number of downloads and when it got updated. So I'm going to use this version. Microsoft recommends using version 2 because version 1 is going to retire, and you cannot use basic authentication if you have MFA enabled. So they're recommending using this version 2 module. And you can connect to all Exchange-related PowerShell environment in Microsoft 365, such as Exchange Online PowerShell, Security and Compliance PowerShell, and Standalone Exchange Online Protection or EOP. First, you need to run PowerShell as an admin, and then we have to import the Exchange Online Management module. And here's the syntax. I'll say yes. Now we have to import the management module. You might be able to connect to the Exchange Online without importing the module, but you have to try. Per Microsoft documentation, they recommend importing the module. And in some of the documentation also mentioned you might be able to skip this step. But for this example, I'm going to import the module first and then connect to the Exchange Online. If you try to import Exchange Online Management module and you receive this error message, it's because your execution policy is set to restricted. And if I run get execution policy, as you can see, mine is set to restricted. All I need to do is just change it to unrestricted. And here's the syntax. You can run set execution policy to unrestricted. And after that, you can import your module. After importing the module, I'm going to connect to the Exchange Online, and here's the syntax. UserPrincipalName or UPN is the username of the person who is going to connect to the Exchange Online. And there are two ways that you can find the UPN. You can go to Office 365 portal, or you can go to Azure portal. And I'm going to include the steps how you can find the UPN in the description of this video. So in my case, I already know the UPN. So I'm going to type it here. Now I need to sign in. So while we are waiting, you can see here the difference between version 1 and version 2. You can run commands from version 1 while you're connected to version 2. And here's a few examples that what has been changed and how is it going to look like. Also, if you had MFA enabled, you will see another screen popping up asking you to input the code or the verification number depending how you set up your MFA. But if you don't have MFA enabled, that was the only screen that you will see. So we were able to connect to the Exchange Online, but you don't get any confirmation or anything that shows you're connected. One way to test your connection is to run this command. And if you can see your mailboxes, it means that you're connected. If you notice here, I use get mailbox, but there's another way of running this command and this one is the version 1 that I just ran. If you want to do a version 2 command, you can just type get. It's the same result basically, but you see it gives you more information. Version 1, it just lists the mailbox name, aliases, and database. And those are the only information that you get. But if you run get EXO mailbox, you get more information. So we are connected and it's working fine. One important thing when it comes to using PowerShell is you have to disconnect your session anytime you're done using PowerShell. Because if you don't disconnect the session, you're going to use all the remote PowerShell sessions and you have to wait to session to expire. So it's a very good practice to disconnect your session. So there's two ways that you can disconnect your session. You can either just type disconnect exchange online, or you can run get ps session, and this is your session. So maybe someone else is using or connected to Exchange Online, so you don't want to disconnect the entire session. So you can just get your own session number or ID number and you can disconnect that. So you can use get ps session and remove your session. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you liked this video. See you guys next time.